Be'ezrat Hashem, we're back at the Yeshiva at Shalom Bayit. We're continuing page Lamed Bet. Page Lamed Bet, Mishnah Hey. You there? Okay. Let your brother open up over there. Hu haya omer, en bur yirechet. A bur means a barbarian person. A person who has no feelings of any sorts. He has no connection to anything. So this kind of person who is not fearful of any sin, he's not afraid of a sin because he's a barbarian. Velo am haaretz chasid, and also a person who has no knowledge of Torah, he cannot be a chasid. He cannot be a person who is devout to Hashem. Why? Because he doesn't know anything. So the difference is there's a big difference between a barbarian individual, an individual who is living a life that is zero concern for Torah at all, doesn't care, right? And then you have Amaret. Maze Amaret? Amaret, he knows the Torah. He knows that there has to be, what's his name? He has to do Masrot. He has to thank Hashem every day. There's some mitzvah to follow, but he doesn't concern to finding out exactly all the intricacies what a mitzvah means. He knows the mitzvah. A barbarian who doesn't even know mitzvah. A person who doesn't think there is mitzvah, he thinks he's born in this world just to enjoy his life, just to be what it is, and that's it. So that kind of person does not fear sin. And the person who is amar, is a person who doesn't learn to elaborate each mitzvah, how to fulfill it properly, he cannot be a devout person. V'lo habayshan lamed, a person who is embarrassed, who's ashamed, meaning a person who is ashamed to ask questions, he cannot learn Torah ever. Why? Because he's ashamed. He's embarrassed. He's afraid that he's gonna get what. That's kids usually in class. Why don't you raise your hand? I'm embarrassed. The kids will make fun of me, right? So this person will never learn Torah in his life. Why? Because he puts his pride before learning Torah, and that's not the point. The point. V'lo hakabdan melamed. However, also a teacher who is strict with his students, he cannot be teaching. Why? Because he's too strict, they can't pay attention, they're afraid of him. And not everybody who thinks to himself that he's gonna be constantly working, machkim, does not become wiser. Just because you think that some people say, you know what, yesterday I met a realtor. Right here around the corner, he's selling a house. And realtor, he's gonna answer you all the questions real estate, right? In his mind. That's nice. And Hitaka knows some good stuff, he told me. But there are other people who are working, who think that they know everything in real estate. They're real estate brokers. They don't know nothing. Just because you're a real estate broker doesn't mean you know everything. Right? Doesn't mean. So that, if there is nobody who is taking charge, you see, this is the world. Today is the biggest thing. You see people doing avla, people doing tzarot to people. Right? What do people usually think? There'll be somebody who will come and save us. Let's say for Nazi Germany, right? What was the a lot of people in Europe? They're very adin people. People are calm. European people usually they're calm. So what do they think? They think to themselves, somebody else will come and save. I'm sure there's somebody who's working on it, right? So then they had to rely on English. Then they had to rely on America and all these things. And Russia came in, that's not true. You see that nobody's speaking out. Nobody is doing anything to save the society, the community, even the whole country, the whole world. You have to go and do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. Bottom line. Hey, look at Rabeinu Yonah. This is a Pirkey Avoth with Rabeinu Yonah. This year the Pirush will be the Rishon with Rabeinu Yonah. Look on the Lamed Bet on Mishnah Hey. Lamed Bet in the bottom, all the way in the bottom. It's right here, all the way in the bottom there. Lamed Hey, Lamed Bet, and Mishnah Hey. Says Rabeinu Yonah, Hu haya omer en bur yirechet velo am haaretz chasid. Now, Rabeinu Yonah is going to give us a pirushim on all this two types of people. One we said the translation is a barbarian. One we said an individual who doesn't concern himself how to fulfill the mitzvah properly. Let's see. Habur hu yirek. A person bur is a total barbarian. He's completely empty. En bo lo Torah velo mitzvot velo derech eretz v'midot tovot. He ain't got nothing. No Torah, no knowledge, and no even good tributes. He comes in. He eats. He takes a chicken, takes off a head, right away. Strips it, without any questions, cooks it up, and now he's hungry now. Or he goes and he takes an animal. He's Carl. There are some people who grow animals. How the animal doesn't even walk, right? The thigh is like 1,000. It's like 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide. I'm sorry, a thigh of a cow. So what does he do? I'm a boar. He sees a cow, takes a piece off. Pet shop. There's not much bleeding. Goes and cooks a piece. Ever minachayim. Asur deoraita, right? But he did it because he's hungry now. He comes first before this animal. He first to kill the animal, shecht it properly. Nothing. This is a barbarian. Ubetargum lo tesham. Lo tesham means lo tavur, right? Lo tesham means he's not going to be embarrassed to doing. What he's doing is he has zero embarrassment in his behavior. Lo utzrach lomar velo bur chasit. Really, says Rabeinu Yonah, the Mishnah didn't have to tell us that barbarian cannot be a chassid, devout person. He doesn't even have a fear of sin. Now, because this person is so empty from all that he's not even aware. He doesn't know how to stay away from bad things. However, an Am Haaretz, a person, an individual who has some knowledge of idea of and he's mixed, he's mingling with amongst people. He knows. Listen, in the table, table manners a little bit. He knows how to eat with a fork, maybe. He knows how to not interrupt people while they're talking. Some things he knows. He knows somehow, somewhat, to stay away from doing transgressions. However, this individual, Am Haaretz, the good thing about Am Haaretz is he has room. He has room. What is room? He has room in his mind to perfect himself. All he needs to learn. Go ahead and learn, and now you know how to behave. However, this Am Haaretz who is saturated, he is satisfied with what he has, basically. He's not striving to become a devout individual. The greatest aspects of the Torah is to be a devout person, to be a chassid. What is devout and chassid person? Who is constantly trying to gain more and more in the Torah knowledge, and not just knowledge, in behavior. And this person who is not trying to learn that, for instance, people go crazy, right? The guy owes me $1,000. He's going to turn around the whole world. He has to give me $1,000. But in reality, if you go to a person and you ask him, how long does he owe you $1,000? 10 years already. 10 years you survive without $1,000? What are you going crazy? No, I found him now. Now it's the time. I'm going to take him to Beit Din. Habibi, you know what Chassid is? Chassid mivater. You survive without $1,000? Let it go. Don't go crazy. Don't kill yourself and don't make a whole big fuss. Hi, but he's not right. Yes, he's not right. You're right, he's not right. You're right, he's not right. Khalas, let it go. But he cannot be chassid. Why? Because he doesn't have the drive. He doesn't have the drive to perfect himself. Am Haaretz. And because he doesn't have a drive to grow himself in the knowledge of Torah, to intricacies, to trying to figure out more understanding how things are come about, how can he do better mitzvot more and more? Therefore, now he's called Am Haaretz. One of the reasons why does he has his name Am Haaretz? It's because people of the land don't care what this world is all about. 99.99999% of this world don't even care. People don't care. I'm here now. I need to eat. That's what an animal is. What does an animal do? If you take a look at a little bird that's born. What does he want right away? Give me food, give me food. The whole day he's crying, give me food. Take every look. You see those iguanas walking on the streets all the time? What are they doing whole day? Just looking what's the perfect green to eat something. I was observing once an iguana. and he has a whole greens around him. No, he's gonna pass this greens, give that greens, and he found one that finally he reached his tongue and he's pulling the leaves and he's eating. That's what his whole goal is. That's what the goal.
He has no choice. That's what he's made for.
No. He doesn't have the belief. No. He is here for me to know. Habibi, he is here for me to know that's not the way to behave.
According to him, he's here to eat. And he doesn't know Hashem will give him the food.
It's true, but now we're analyzing. We're not analyzing the iguana. We're analyzing a human being. Problem is 99.9% of this world, they think they are iguana. They think exactly like iguana. Why? They just want to eat, and that's it. They want to survive. They don't really start to analyze, why am I here? What is my purpose here? What am I trying to do? Why specifically this? Why do I have a drive for this? Go in and try to figure. That's what we started talking about. I'm Haaretz, and why is he called Am Haaretz? Because he's just like an animal who's here just for food. Am Haaretz is the person of the land. What is the land? Iguana. An iguana walks the land just to eat. Same thing as this person. He doesn't want to analyze. Why am I putting out feeling? What is this box? My father did it, my grandfather did it, my grandfather. Everybody tells me to do it. I see, and if not, the Gemara is telling me I'm going to be punished so severely if I don't put on feeling. So why am I putting it feeling? Go and learn in yeshiva. Don't be Am Haaretz. Go figure out. All the way in the back. All the way in the bottom of Lamed Bet. Velo habayshan lamed. It's very, very, very important. A person going to learn in yeshiva. A person going to learn, you should not be embarrassed. Why? Because that's the worst thing. Let's see what it means. Midat haboshet hi tova bechol inyan. We have to know that humbleness and embarrassment is a very important thing. A human being, otherwise, will be an animal if he doesn't have it. Levad milimut belimut. However, when it comes to Torah, there is no such a thing as embarrassment. It says in the pasuk in Tehillim that David HaMelech tells Hashem that in chapter 119. Rabeinu Yonah in the bottom. Chapter 119 pasuk Mem Vav, so 46 pasuk. David HaMelech says that I'm going to learn Torah and I'm going to say things. I don't like some people. They hear a student talking, another student gets up. He's talking stupid things. I said, how dare you? How dare you? Everything in the middle of Torah, we're learning, we're trying to analyze something, we're trying to figure out something. No, he doesn't know because the Rebbe said something else. Now, no, never put anybody down. Why? Don't embarrass people. So he said something, you don't like it. Very good. Who told you, first of all, that he's wrong? Let's see. Let's analyze everything. שתביא הרב השלום בברכו מפני שאול ובעומדו לפני מלאכי אומות העולם לא היה מתבייש מלדבר בתורה ובמצוות. דוד המלך never backed down. This is against this whole generation of the today. Rabbi, you can't say the truth. Why? Because people will hate Torah. You know how many times I got that? In my lifetime, as you know, I don't be quiet. I don't. No, Rabbi, you can't talk like this because they're gonna hate you. They're gonna. That's right. That's right. Says David HaMelech, don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to say the truth. The Torah has to be said. People understand that the fact that when we say something, we actually we generate power. We generate power in this world. When we say, let's say a president, some evil person does an act. If the word that's covered, we said yesterday that if people don't know something, if you don't say something, let's say secrets, you're not allowed to say secrets, even privately, because anything that's said will be heard. Anything that a person says, even in privately, for sure, guaranteed, in this world it will be heard. The best thing is never talk anything that's secret, ever, never, right? So that's why the Torah tells not to repeat your averot. Don't say anything by mouth, because if you said it, it's going to be spread around. So the people don't understand that we, the Jews, have the biggest power in the world. What I hate the most is that most Jewish the news anchors are Jews, and the worst Jews of the worst Jews are the ones that are sitting over there and what? They're announcing tomorrow's coming the storm. Tomorrow is coming the storm. Only 2 days there's a storm coming, right? You know those people don't understand. Just because they're Jewish, it doesn't have to be religious, doesn't have to be anything. Just because they're Jewish, by them saying in 2 days there will be a storm coming, they're actually summoning the storm and they're giving power to the storm to come. They don't understand that. Every Jew. I told this already many times over here. You talk to a Jew in the shul. Oh, the storm is coming. We're boarding up our windows. Habibi, once you say it, you don't understand that you gave power to the storm to come. But nevertheless, what are you supposed to say? The Torah says not to talk like this. You don't say storm is coming. Chas v'shalom, the storm shouldn't come. If the storm comes, people board up their windows. A person should always talk if. But the moment that you made you sakra from your mouth, even any Jew, once you are baradat, if you talk, you actually cause. That's what he says here. That's why don't be scared when you talk Torah. Even though, yes, the goyim will get excited and they get upset with us. This is the Torah. What do you want from me? Continues Rabeinu Yonah. Gam ki yahtelu bo umalegim bidvaro. Even if people are making fun of him, ki lo tova habusha belimut. Never be embarrassed when you're learning Torah. וגם מן התלמיד לומר טיפש כמוני איך ישר דבר לפני חכם גדול בתורה ובפלפול בחוכמה. And a person should never put himself down and say, listen, I'm a lowlife, I'm a nobody. How am I going to ask Rabbi Avoth Yosef or Rabbi Yitzchak Yosef today a question? Don't be afraid. ולא דעת ולא תבונה לי, and I don't have anything. Still, if you have a question, something not clear to you, go ahead and ask. ואם כה יהיה משפטו כל הימים, חוכמה אליו מאין תבוא. If a person, chas v'shalom, will be always embarrassed to ask questions, from where will he know how to learn the knowledge? וזהו שאמרו חכמים ז"ל, בעלי המוסר, בספר מבחר הפנימים. As our sages taught, שעל שאלת השוטין ושמור שמירת הנדיבים, רוצה לומר כאשר הנדיבים לא יפזרו מבניו ולא יעצרו אותו, אך נותנים אותו למקומות הראויים לחפץ ורצון, כאשר ביארנו למעלה. כן החוכמה ידבר בה עם אנשים הרואים בה ובעת הראוי, אך לא עם... So again, let me ask you a question. You have $1 million inherited from your father. What do? You go and you ask your advice, what's the best investment? You don't go just because you feel like you're going to make an investment. Who says you're going to lose it in a minute? So you're not embarrassed. Why? Because you own money, right? Yeah, your money ain't going to do... you're not going to behave just like that. You're going to ask for the right places to invest and everything, right? You're not embarrassed. Same thing, chokhmah. Same thing, wisdom. Wisdom is Hashem gave you diamonds. Hashem gave you a koch. Understand, we have to instill it in each one of us that my words is the world. I decree in this world what's going to be. If you don't believe it, you have a problem. 13 years old? 13 already? Anybody turns 13 and on, we decree everything in this world. אנחנו גוזרים גזירות בעולם הזה. מגיל 13 ומעלה. Anybody who's 13 and up, 12 and up, we decree everything in this world. Okay? Our mouth is very strong. כן, החוכמה ידבר בה, one second, so to the wisdom. אם אנשים הראויים ובעת הראוי. A person, he understands very much better than me. Okay, now, the rabbi says same thing, wisdom. You go and you try to figure out the best route, and you try to figure out the best way to analyze something. So just because you don't know the truth, what? You're going to put it aside and forget about it? It's the biggest yalom. It's the most precious thing in the world. אך לא עם כל אדם ולא בזמן שיודע שאין דבריו נשמעים, נמצאת אומר שיש לאדם לשאול כל שאלה ולא יתבייש, כדי שילמד מהדברים. You have to learn, constantly ask and ask and ask. Rabbi Akiva, he learned everything. He learned everything in this world. He went on a boat. He wanted to know from the sailors how to make the knots, how to make the sail go up, how to make the sail go down, how to turn right, how to turn left. Knots constantly. Stop asking. Now, what about not people who are strict with people? Whoever is strict cannot teach. Obviously, a Rebbe should not be somebody who gets angry and not that swiftly to react. Rather, he should be open-hearted. And he has to be very calm when he answers. Don't be tough. Don't be strict. strict, זהו. גם כי יתקשו מלהבין תפשועתו, יחזירה עליהם עד שירדו לעומקו של דבר. A person should always try to analyze, help the student to understand better and better. Don't be action. Don't be a קפדן, don't get angry. Don't get,
למה הלכת לאירוע שם? למה זה?
That's right. זה מצווה. He was going on here.
יש עניין.
ולא כל אמר, yesterday you missed the shiur, it was specifically for you. Lo kol hamarbe b'schora machkim, and anybody who thinking that I'm going to be constantly busy with this profession, I'm going to become more professional. It's not true. אחר שעוסק בשכרתו כל היום ועושה ממנו קבע ומתורתו, הרי לא יתחכם לעולם. A person is making a Torah. What? Torah, he comes in at night a little bit, he learns half hour at night, half hour in the morning. When are you going to become become a servant of Hashem? No, I have to make panasah, I have to excuses, all the excuses in the world. A person should be learning minimum hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning, hour and a half, 2 hours at night, minimum. This is the minimum we're talking about. We're not talking about to do something, some kind of game. ועל כל המרבה בסחורה, okay, ובמקום שאין אנשים משתדל להיות איש. What does that mean to be a leader? When in a place where there is no leader. פירשו הראשונים ז"ל, במקום שאין אנשים לעוזרך במצוות עוזרך, משתדל להיות איש וישר את עצמך, שלא לעשות כי אם הישר בעיני השם. Now, a person should constantly strive to do what is right before the eyes of Hashem. There's nobody to guide you. Go and figure out a way how to come close and close to Hashem. פירוש אחר, another explanation, ובמקום שאין אנשים, אם ראית דור שהתורה מתרשלת על ידו, you see that the Torah is forsaken in this generation. עמוד משתדל בה שנאמרת לעשות השם והפירו תורתך. Stand up over there and scream from the top of your lungs. Come everybody and learn, come and learn. מה טעם את אשר השם לעשות השם? בשום דהפירו תורתך. No, because they have forsaken Torah. The people think they're going to learn in the middle in the morning, or they say Shacharit. In Tfilat Shacharit, there's a little bit Torah. Somebody told the guy. And now after Arvit, he learns 5 minutes. No, go and fight and encourage people to learn constantly. ועוד נוכל לפרש במקום שאין אנשים גדולים ממך בחוכמה, תשתדל להיות איש. Even though, wow, now, a person doesn't know much. What do? Learn whatever you learn and go teach whatever you learn. No, even though there's nobody else to teach, so you teach. What do you learn in the yeshiva? ואל תימנע מלהקים אף על פי שלא תמצא חכם בהלכה גדול ממך, even though there's nobody else smarter than you, אף אם בדור ההוא, כמותך תראה עצמך כאילו בדור חכמי התלמוד. Okay, and then he's going to end up over here that again, strive to go and learn Torah. Don't say I don't know much, I don't know like all the rabbis. It doesn't matter. You must teach Torah to as much Torah as you learn. That's how much you have to teach. Have a wonderful evening with Hashem. After our week, we're going to continue Mishnah Vav. Anybody wants to come and join?
Just gonna miss me.